Man, what the hell is up with the water recently? It's been so rocky out here.
I don't know. Is it usually like this in July?
No, and the weather is almost completely calm. I've been keeping an eye on the forecasts. No big storms, no pressure systems, nothing like that. This is actually unusually calm for this time of year.
That's really odd then. Now that I think about it, aren't the tropics usually active around now?
Yeah, actually. Usually the seas are rough this far out because of the tropical activity, but again, July has been unusually quiet.
Huh. Who knows then? But it's been a good day out here. Ready to head home?
Sounds good to me. We can stop by one of those bars at the beach when we get back.
Hell yeah, let's head back.
What's wrong, Jeff? You getting hungry or something?
No, that wasn't me. Was that you?
If that wasn't you, then what the hell was that?
Wait, whoa. Do you see that? What the hell is that thing?
Holy shit! Is that a whale or something?
No, it's too long to be something like that. What the hell could that even be?
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. Today, we will be discussing a story that has hit many local families hard. Conditions off the eastern coast of Florida have been particularly rough, and meteorologists are a bit confused as to why. The weather has actually been exceptionally calm for this time of year, with little thunderstorms, tropical activity, or low-pressure systems forming around the area. Scientists are currently working to find an explanation for the strange conditions, but the current theory is seismic activity on the ocean floor. While that does not usually occur in this part of the country, it's not impossible. Unfortunately, these conditions have cost some their lives. The Florida Coast Guard is currently working on over a dozen missing persons reports, all of which were people lost at sea. Some were believed to have been pulled out to the ocean from rip currents, others were from SOS calls from capsizing boats up to 60 miles off the first coast. Most of these reports have come from the coastal counties of the First Coast, ranging from southeastern Georgia to Flagler County, Florida. This is a truly unfortunate time for this to be happening, not just for the people who are currently lost, but also due to this part of the year having exceptionally high tourist numbers for the state. Local authorities say residents should not be nervous in regards to going to the beach, but they should remain careful in the ocean. If red flags are flying on the beach, stay out of the water. We will keep you updated on this developing situation in the coming days and weeks. For our next story, discussing the long-term forecast for the 2021 hurricane season.
The current time is 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here is your beach forecast. Conditions are expected to continue to be rough on the waters for the coming days. If you plan on boating this week, extreme caution should be used. Ensure you wear your life jacket at all times, and ensure you have a way of contacting the Coast Guard in case of an emergency. This is a special marine warning. The National Weather Service office in Jacksonville, Florida has issued a special marine warning for the coastal counties of Flagler, St. Johns, Duval, and Nassau in Florida, along with Camden, England counties in southern Georgia, until further notice. Over the past couple of days, extremely rough conditions have been occurring on coastal waters of the First Coast, up to 100 nautical miles away from the shoreline. The reasoning behind these conditions is currently unknown, as the weather has been unusually calm for this time of year. All residents are being asked to remain out of the Atlantic Ocean until conditions have become calmer. Ignoring this warning will likely endanger the lives of you and others around you. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, the National Weather Service office in Jacksonville, Florida has issued a special marine warning for the coastal counties of Flagler, St. Johns, Duval, and Nassau in Florida, along with Camden and Glenn counties in southern Georgia, until further notice.
Well, I guess we gotta get it out there. Oh, I should probably introduce myself first. My name is Jack Roberts, and I am part of the United States Coast Guard. And I am currently stationed in Naval Station Mayport, and we are just heading out now around Atlantic Beach, Florida. Our team here at Naval Station Mayport are going out today to try and rescue some people that have been lost at sea over the past couple of days. Ocean conditions have been really rough. I don't even know why they're still letting people anywhere near the beaches. But whatever, that's not our decision to make. I'm a bit nervous to head out, but the veterans here at the station have reassured us that these boats can handle almost anything. I guess we'll see what we can find out there.
This is an administrative message, which is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the state of Florida. All beaches along Florida's first coast will be closing down indefinitely due to increasingly rough conditions in the ocean. There have now been around 39 missing person reports related to local beaches in just the past 5 days. Law enforcement will be patrolling the beaches to ensure nobody tries to enter the beaches and go into the water. If you are caught trying to gain access to the beaches, you will face fines and possibly even jail time. The Coast Guard is already working tirelessly trying to rescue people that have been lost, and they do not want to have more cases on their hands. Please just stay off of the beaches and out of the water, and let them do their work. If you have any information on where any of these missing persons could be, please contact your local law enforcement office immediately. This has been an administrative message. Thank you for your time.
The current time is 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here is your local forecast. Today, it will be sunny, with a high of 91 degrees in Jacksonville. The weather is expected to remain calm and hot across much of the First Coast region. Beach erosion has been occurring along local beaches, and residents are still advised to stay away. Tomorrow, temperatures will hover around 90 degrees for most of the region, along with part This is a coastal flood warning. The National Weather Service office in Jacksonville, Florida has issued a coastal flood warning for the coastal counties of Flagler, St. Johns, Duval, and Nassau in Florida, along with Camden and Glenn counties in southern Georgia, until further notice. Rough surf conditions and high tides have led to moderate coastal flooding along many beaches and some inland waterways in the region. Residents that live along the water are being asked to keep an eye on local water levels in your area. Some beach cities may have to be evacuated if the severity of coastal flooding continues to increase. This may include, but is not limited to, the cities of St. Augustine, Jacksonville Beach, Fernandina Beach, Palm Coast, Atlantic Beach, and Brunswick. If you notice rapidly rising water levels in your area, remain calm, as panic will only make the situation worse. If need be, evacuate your place of residence, and only take the essentials with you. If you or someone around you gets stranded in flood waters, contact your local law enforcement office immediately. Stay tuned to local news media and the National Weather Service for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, a coastal flood warning has been issued for the coastal counties of Flagler, St. Johns, Duval, and Nassau in Florida, along with Camden and Glenn counties in southern Georgia, until further notice.
Man, what the hell is going on out here? We came back to the port and there was water all over the floor of our building, and it's been sweeping over the docks all morning. Thankfully, the beaches have finally been closed. Don't know why it took them so long. Dozens of people are missing now, and a lot of this probably could have been prevented. But oh well, I guess. That's why we're here. Also, the conditions at the beach have gotten exponentially more rough. Seems like a lot of the beaches have been wiped away due to the rough waves and beach erosion. In some places, there's at least a 6-foot drop between the sand and where the mainland is now. It's surreal. It's almost like something you'd see during a hurricane, though those aren't too common in this part of the state, admittedly. The sand dunes are really the only thing preventing the water from washing inland and flooding inland roads and cities. Let's just hope the waters settle down soon. I've never seen anything like this before.
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Florida Department of Emergency Management. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for portions of Flagler, St. Johns, Duval, and Nassau counties in Florida, along with Camden and Glynn counties in Georgia, effective immediately. Over the past few days, coastal flooding has caused major beach erosion along a large majority of Florida's first coast. This has led to unsafe conditions in many coastal areas. Threats include, but are not limited to, weak ground due to water inundation, flooded roadways, and general inland flooding in low-lying areas. Every person that resides within a 5-mile radius of the Atlantic Ocean is being asked to evacuate westward immediately. Generally speaking, if you can get west of Interstate 95, you are considered to be in a safe area. If you cannot evacuate due to transportation limitations, contact your local law enforcement agency for help. Due to many coastal roads being flooded, alternate routes may be needed to evacuate westward. Do not attempt to drive across a flooded roadway. It is very difficult to gauge the true depth of a flooded road, and your car may quickly be overtaken by water if you attempt to cross a flooded road. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Holy hell. We've been having trouble finding our way home sometimes now with the level of beach erosion. GPS and stuff helps us, but we usually eye it, and we're having trouble distinguishing where we need to go compared to the rest of the coastline. But the homes around here. We had a beach home down in St. Augustine that has been in my family for generations. Keyword, had. It's been completely wiped away in a matter of days. Thousands of people are being forced out of their homes, and it's a complete shame. And we haven't even been able to find any more people out on the water since we came out here. The most we've found is just abandoned homes floating on the water, but everyone in them and around them is just gone. They disappeared without a trace. I wish we knew what was going on here. There's gotta be something more to this. This isn't normal.
This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within Clay County, Florida. A local area emergency has been issued for Clay County until further notice. Throughout the day, local environmental and law enforcement agencies have reported a large amount of snakes in the area. The species of these snakes are currently unknown. They generally seem to have jet black bodies, with a blue stripe running down their backside. They range in size from 1 to 5 feet in length. They seem to be naturally hostile, and there have been numerous reports of snakes biting citizens in the area. While it has not been confirmed yet, it seems that these snakes are venomous. If you encounter one of these snakes, do not attempt to kill or capture it. Keep a safe distance away from it, and contact your local law enforcement agency immediately. If you are bitten by one of these snakes, seek medical attention immediately. These snakes seem to appear the most frequently around large bodies of water, such as along Doctors Lake or the St. Johns River. Residents are advised to stay away from large bodies of water, such as local lakes, creeks, rivers, or retention ponds. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the state of Florida. A contaminated water warning has been issued for the counties of Duval, Nassau, Clay, St. Johns, Flagler, Putnam, Marion, Lake, and Volusia until further notice. Over the past few days, residents have reported snakes in the pipes of their homes. This has included snakes being found in kitchen utilities, toilets, bath faucets, outside hoses, and more. Residents are advised to not use any water for cooking or consumption that comes from faucets in your home. Not only is there a risk of a snake coming out of the supply, the water has likely also been contaminated with their waste and remains. There has also been reports that the water has gotten some individuals severely ill, with symptoms that seem to reflect a type of poisoning. Though with this new development, it unfortunately does mean it is possible that the blue stripes can harm you without having direct contact with them. For the time being, it is advised you only drink prepackaged water. If you do not have access to prepackaged water, boil your water before consuming it. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
It's really not looking good out here, man. We haven't recovered a single person, and our crew is beyond exhausted. We've been out here for almost 10 hours a day, every day, for the past week, and we found nothing. And to make it worse, the further out we go, the harder it gets to avoid these fucking snakes. If anything, they really do seem to become more frequent the further out we go. And I have no clue how this is, because around this part of the state, we're used to seeing like water moccasins in the water and stuff, in like inland areas, in creeks and rivers, but not like this. We don't see snakes out in the ocean, let alone this many snakes out in the ocean. There has been some real hush-hush type of conversation about some creature that's been lurking out in the water. I personally just think everyone's really tired. There's no way that shit's real. I mean, come on. A sea serpent? That's just a myth. People will come up with the craziest things to rationalize an event like this. It's kind of sad.
This is an emergency update. The following message will contain important information regarding an ongoing emergency in your area. Please listen carefully. Many citizens and law enforcement officials have reported the blue-striped snakes have started to become even more hostile towards humans and even other wildlife. This change in behavior has led to an extreme uptick in hospital cases around the area, overwhelming many intensive care units in local hospitals. Counties that are experiencing the largest rise in cases include Clay, Putnam, and St. Johns. Residents are being advised to remain away from the blue-striped snakes at all costs. If you must go outside, it is advised that you bring some sort of weapon with you. Firearms are a viable option, but the best way to kill these snakes seems to be by cutting off their heads. If you get any venom on your hands and other body parts while in an encounter with a snake, wash it off immediately, preferably with prepackaged water and soap. Scientists in the area are currently working to conceive an antidote for the blue-striped snake's venom, but this process may take days, or even weeks. In the meantime, your safest option is to just stay away from any snakes that you see out in public. This has been an emergency update. Thank you for your time.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. Today, we are dealing with a very strange situation on the First Coast. Throughout the past couple of days, local communities have been dealing with what can only be described as an invasion of snakes. Hundreds of residents in the area have been sent to the hospital with potentially fatal cases of poisoning from what is now being referred to as the blue-striped snake. These snakes have a jet black body, with a blue stripe running down its backside. Animal and pest control have been working around the clock to try and contain all of the snakes, but they haven't seemed to make much progress. There have been some rumors floating around as to what could be causing this, from somewhat realistic to seemingly impossible. Climatologists suggest shifts in average temperature could be causing snakes to be more active throughout the summer season, which seems reasonable. But one theory that has seemingly captured the imagination of the masses has been that a giant sea serpent has been lurking off the Florida coast. As ridiculous as this sounds, there may actually be some credibility to these statements. Despite warnings for residents to stay away from the coast, that has not stopped some people from trying to see what is going on with the ocean. Dozens of people reported seeing a large, snake-like creature, seemingly dozens of feet in size. Local authorities have not commented on these reported sightings. Whatever it may be, conditions have been strange around here recently. Hopefully, we can find an answer soon. On to our next story, how one woman woke up to a house full of snakes along the Black Creek River.
We've been at this for what, 10 days now? And we still haven't found a single person. How can this many people have just vanished without a trace so quickly? We've scanned hundreds of miles worth of ocean and coastline, and we still come up empty-handed every day. Whatever. Guess it's time for another day of this. Maybe we'll actually get lucky today. Though we are heading out a bit later than usual, the crew needed to rest up some. We're just heading out of the St. Johns River now in Jacksonville, and what the hell is that? Y'all, do you see that? It seems to be getting close. Holy shit! Get down!
This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the Jacksonville metropolitan area. A civil danger warning has been issued for the Jacksonville metropolitan area until further notice. At around 2:30 this afternoon, a large, snake-like creature was seen entering the northern mouth of the St. Johns River near Naval Station Mayport. This creature seemed to be reptilian in nature. It was reported to have a black body, with a long blue stripe running down its back. An exact size isn't known, but estimates range from between 150 and 300 feet in length. It is currently believed that this creature is a sea serpent, and it has been causing the rough conditions around the First Coast region for the past 2 weeks. Sea serpents were thought to just be mythological creatures, but there is no natural explanation for this creature's existence. Regardless of this, the threat is very real. Residents are at a high risk of injury or death if they attempt to go near the serpent. All residents in the Jacksonville area need to get away from the waterways as fast as possible. The serpent may attempt to get on land to cause destruction, but its intentions are currently unknown. The military is currently being called in to try and either kill or apprehend the serpent. For the time being, residents in Jacksonville need to seek shelter immediately. Do not try to observe this event, as this will likely put your life in extreme danger. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Florida Department of Emergency Management. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for the counties of Duval, Nassau, Clay, St. Johns, Flagler, Putnam, Marion, Lake, and Volusia until further notice. All residents along the St. Johns River, or ones that are in counties bordering the river, are being urged to remain indoors. The sea serpent that made it into the Jacksonville metropolitan area around an hour ago is reportedly heading south down the St. Johns River. If you are in Duval, Clay, or St. Johns counties, it is too late to evacuate from the riverbed. If you are in Flagler, Putnam, Marion, Lake, or Volusia, you may have time to evacuate away from the waters, but only do so if you are fully confident you can escape. There have been reports of the snake using its large body and tail to crush buildings, piers, docks, boats, and other coastal vehicles and structures. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Remain indoors until an all clear is given, as your life depends on it. Law enforcement is currently coordinating a plan of action with the military, but some time is still needed to figure out a plan. Thank you for your cooperation, it is greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Florida Department of Emergency Management. An immediate evacuation has been issued for the counties of Putnam, Volusia, Lake, and Marion, effective immediately. This alert pertains to people along the southern mouth of the St. Johns River, and those who reside near George Lake. The Florida State Guard has reached an ultimatum with the government regarding the ongoing sea serpent situation. They have decided to try to trap and kill the serpent with high-grade explosives just as it reaches George Lake. The explosion will likely occur just off of Drayton Island. While the explosion itself should not harm any major structures in the area, the subsequent blast could kick up a large amount of water, which could lead to coastal flooding. Despite the potential risk to property, it has been decided that this is the best course of action to take out the serpent. As of 5:40 local time, the serpent was reported to be in the waters near Palatka, Florida. It is estimated the serpent will make its way down to George Lake within the next 2 hours. Anyone near Drayton Island, or the northern edge of George Lake, is being asked to evacuate at least a mile away. You have around 2 hours before the estimated time of detonation. You are being urged to leave now. Thank you for your cooperation, it is greatly appreciated. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of the National Weather Service office in Jacksonville, Florida. A tsunami warning has been issued for the counties of Duval, Nassau, Clay, St. Johns, Flagler, Putnam, Marion, Lake, and Volusia until further notice. At around 7:55 p.m. local time, a high-grade explosive was detonated in northern George Lake in order to stop a large sea serpent from causing any more damage. Reports have come in that the creature has been killed. However, the explosion has caused a large displacement of water in George Lake and the St. Johns River. A tsunami is expected to impact coastal regions of George Lake within the next 5 minutes. Tsunami waves will likely affect many coastal counties along the St. Johns River, but the primary danger is in the counties of Lake, Marion, Volusia, and Putnam. Tsunami waves may reach as far north as the counties of Clay, St. Johns, and Duval. Residents within a 1-mile radius of the St. Johns River or George Lake are advised to reach the highest possible ground you can. Get to the highest floor of a sturdy structure in your area. A tsunami is a large displacement of water that can cause major flooding damage. The tsunami will likely come in multiple waves. Just because you have seen one wave pass, it does not mean that the threat has passed. If you become stranded in the waterways, contact your local law enforcement office immediately. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, a tsunami warning has been issued for the counties of Duval, Nassau, Clay, St. Johns, Flagler, Putnam, Marion, Lake, and Volusia until further notice.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. Today, we have an update regarding a situation that took place yesterday afternoon in our area. What seemed to once be just a mythological creature was discovered to actually be real as a sea serpent ravaged the First Coast. The sea serpent is a large snake-like creature that lurks in the oceans. Many religions and mythologies have depicted the beast before, but it was thought just to be that, a myth. But after what happened here just yesterday seems to put that idea to rest. It's estimated that the serpent destroyed a couple hundred homes along the St. Johns River and had killed at least 20 people directly. It is believed that the large, sweeping motions of this creature out in the water is what was causing the rough conditions off the coast of Florida. Conditions have been considerably calmer along the coast since this morning, and reports of snake sightings have dropped significantly today. So, how did we kill this beast? Yesterday evening, the Florida State Guard decided to use explosives to try and kill the creature, and it somehow worked. Unfortunately, the large explosion did cause a minor tsunami wave in George Lake and the southern St. Johns River, but thankfully the area was evacuated before the explosion and subsequent waves could hit the shoreline. No injuries or deaths have been reported as a result of this explosion. The government will be communicating with property owners in the area to discuss financial compensation. Chunks of the serpent have been found along the river bed, and scientists plan to take these samples and do research to see just how this creature got to be so big, and where it even came from. Truly a never dull moment around here, it's always something new. But anyway, this has been James Bold, lead news anchor and reporter for First Coast Weather and News. I'm glad that we made it out of this terrifying situation mostly in one piece. Our hearts go out to the families that lost loved ones due to the serpent and its snakes, and hopefully nothing like this ever happens again. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you have a good rest of your day wherever you are.